Hi everyone, I want to talk to you about something as simple as salt. We're going to discuss Himalayan salt, we're going to discuss sea salt, and we're going to discuss iodine in the salt. Okay, sodium chloride, that's what's in salt. NaCl, that's the letters we use for sodium chloride. That's all you need is sodium chloride, okay? Now, Himalayan sea salt, it's more expensive, it's kind of pink, and it's supposed to have some magical properties. And well, there's a paper in one of the journals in the last year. They looked at almost 20 different samples, and you can tell because in the mountains of the Himalayas, the mineral content is particular. Every mine of salt has kind of like a different fingerprint from the other minerals that are found in the salt. And the vast majority of all the salt that was tested that was labeled as Himalayan salt did not come from the Himalayas. Okay, so you're paying a premium there for something that's not legit. And if they're lying about the name, what else are they lying about? I always worry about that. 2, sea salt. Sounds healthy, fresh ocean breeze, all that great stuff is unhealthy for you. Why? Okay, it's because the oceans are polluted. Now, this is how you make salt, sea salt. You take salt water, you put it into this big basin, like a real big flat. You fill it with a small layer of seawater, and you let the water evaporate. It leaves behind the salt crystals. But the problem is it also leaves behind the microplastics and the chemicals that were in the seawater, and they get trapped in the crystals. And those crystals are then packaged up, sold to you, and those crystals with microplastics, chemicals, petroleum stuff, you're putting on your food. Okay? You don't want sea salt anymore. I'm sorry. Before, great. We polluted the ocean. Now, not so great. All right? What do you want? You want salt that came from a mine underground. The people are like, I don't like that. The salt in a mine was sea salt at one point, but it might have been 300 million years ago. So it's sea salt with all that same kind of positive stuff you're thinking about, but now it's underground. Okay? So you want salt from a mine. I get Redmond's. Okay, I think it's out of Utah or Idaho. But there's several you want, and they may call it ancient sea salt. That's their code for salt from a mine. Okay, it's clean, and you don't need fancy. You don't need Himalayas. You just need sodium chloride. All right, now, what about this iodine? People are like, oh, I don't want iodine. I don't want iodine. Iodine deficiency is still considered one of the most common nutritional deficiencies worldwide. Your brain has to have iodine to develop correctly. If not, it's a medical condition called creatism. And one of the things that took primitive man and allowed our brains to develop to modern humans is they started eating fish, which have iodine in them because they're in the ocean and the salt and all that. And they got the omega-3 DHA from the fish. DHA, iodine, great brain development. Okay, don't be afraid of iodine in the salt. Okay, it's not a problem. Anyhow, so no more sea salt. It's polluted. Avoid the Himalaya salt. It can be expensive, and a lot of it's mislabeled or fraudulent. Just get ancient sea salt, which is salt from a mine. Hope that helps. Take care now. Bye-bye.